This meeting is being recorded.
So, hello, Jo. Thank you for coming to this coaching session tonight. So, what I want to do is, first of all, just say why we're here. So, you've started your business in aesthetics recently, and I think you just want a little bit more coaching and help with getting things going and picking up more clients and whatnot. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't have a beauty background, so everything is completely brand new. The skills to do the job, the skills to do the treatment, and also starting up a brand new business from scratch with no client base. So I feel like the skills are there on some of the treatments now. It's now kind of, how do I build my business, build my client base to give me consistency, to get loyalty, and then allow me to branch off to do more treatments to cater for a wider client base.
Okay, so if I just can start by just like analysing like how you are, what you're about, because I think businesses are about people, and it's really good to get to know what you're about. So can I just ask you, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
About myself, to have more belief in what I can do.
Okay.
I think that's, I'm quite self-critical.
Why do you think that is?
I think I just always have been. If I do something, I either want it to be 100% and perfect, or if it's not, I feel disappointed with myself. And if it's not perfect, sometimes it can go one of two ways. It can bother me, and I can feel quite let down by myself, or I feel like I just don't want to carry on with it. I just don't want to I don't want to do it again and have the same result. And that's not just in this business, that's in anything. So I think I'm probably far too self-critical, and yeah, that would be it.
Okay, so just to, for example, then say that if you was to think about your perfect day, so your perfect business day, what would it be like? How would you start your day?
So my perfect business day would be, I know in advance what treatments are booked in, and I literally get to my clinic early, and I prepare for each of those treatments. I make sure I've got everything sorted for each of those treatments and all of my clients, so I'm prepared. That's the first thing. I feel I need to feel prepared and organised.
Okay.
Then also for all of those clients to turn up and be present at the clinic, and for all of them to give me a bit of praise and feedback without me asking for it. But
you want to feel loved.
Praise, but more a case of me feeling confident that they have gone away happy with the treatment that they've had and knowledgeable about it. And a lot of clients or the clients that have come in have got a high spending clients, so that I've done a reasonable day, fully prepared for my treatments, and I've earned some good money from it, and my clients are all happy. And then to end my perfect day would be, I get home and I wouldn't lose any sleep over any of the treatments that I've done. That's the perfect clinic day. Okay,
so say your clients are happy with the treatments and what they've had done. Oh, I love it, thank you so much. How does that make you feel?
Really good, really confident for the next treatment, for the next customer. I literally come home feeling really energized and really motivated for the next day. And I can feel it changes my mindset completely. I only have to have one negative thing happen, and I can instantly be like, oh, here we go, and put myself into a really poor mindset. But the other thing is when you get clients come along that you weren't expecting for the day. I've had a couple land today, not high paying clients, but I had nobody booked in. And while I was in the salon, a few people booked in for a couple of small treatments like B12. And even that made me feel better, because then I thought, oh, the day's improving, it's more positive. I felt more positive. And I think it changes my mindset and makes me feel more motivated to be proactive.
So if somebody comes in and they are happy with their treatment, but they're just the sort of person that doesn't go over the top, and they just say, oh yes, thank you very much, and you're left feeling, oh, are they happy, are they not, you know, how does that make you feel? Do you quiz yourself, like, in your brain? Do you think
if they're kind of non-emotional about anything, I'm all right with that, because I'll ask open questions, and, you know, is the treatment what you expected? Are you comfortable with everything? Does everything feel all right? Give me a call. All the kind of stuff I'll say. It's probably, if I didn't hear from them when I've expected to, or they didn't book in with me again when I would anticipate that they would, that would then probably play in my mind to think, what was it that they were not happy with? But at the time, if it's just kind of non-committal, I won't worry too much about that. I haven't so far had anything that's been really uncomfortable and negative. I think I would probably deal with the situation, go red-faced, and once they'd gone, run off to the bathroom and probably have a bit of a cry. But that hasn't happened yet, touch wood.
So if somebody doesn't come back to you, how does it make you feel? Do you feel like a failure, or do you feel?
At the moment, I feel like it was possibly some inexperience. My second client that saw an advert of mine, this is back end of last year. She wanted to support small businesses. She was on the same group chat, and she booked in with me. I didn't know her from Adam. She had it done, and I haven't heard from her since. And yet I'll sometimes see her at the school playground when she's dropping her daughter, and I can tell that she sometimes tries to avoid me. And
is she, or is that what you're thinking?
No, I can see that she kind of looks away, and she's trying not to make eye contact. And then when I don't force that. And there are times when we literally come around the corner and walk past each other, and she always says hello, but she just carries on. And I just think the treatment probably wasn't good enough. But at the same time, I'm aware that it was my first client after my training, and it was inexperience. And I've thought about her birthday's coming up, and I've thought about contacting her to say, hi, I just wanted to say from Aesthetics by Jo, happy birthday, here's 10% off, you know, that kind of thing. With other people, I've started to do that. I haven't done that with her, and I've not had to yet because it's not her birthday, but she's one. And then there aren't any others yet that haven't come back to me, which is probably a good thing, but I can't say I've got a load of clients.
That's a really good attitude, though, for you to feel let down by her, but then you're still going to go and send her an email. That's brilliant. You know, you could just say, oh, I'm never going to speak to her again, I'm never going to ask her for custom again. It might not be any of those things. It might just be that she found somewhere cheaper, and she's just too embarrassed to tell you or something, but you reaching out to her, she might really like that.
I saw her not long after she'd had a review treatment, and she didn't see me. She was in a shopping centre, and she was talking to someone, and I could see that it hadn't probably had the effect that it should have done. But again, I put that down to my inexperience. I was new. I'm in a different place now compared to what I was then. So I think if somebody wasn't happy now, I'd feel a bit more disappointed in myself because I've got more experience. And I've recently, you know, the last probably 3 or 4 months, I've had a few customers where I've said after the top up, if you still feel that you need a little bit more, come back to me. And one person has, and she's really over the moon about that. And because I've not rectified a problem, but I've added more to make the results better. And I wasn't nervous about her coming back and asking me that. I wasn't offended. I was really glad that she'd actually got the confidence to come to me and say, look, I do think I still need a little bit more in after the 2-week review. That's just on a Botox treatment. So
you've added value to her. It's not really about, it is about the treatment, but she feels comfortable with you to come back to you. And that's really, really good. Really good.
Yeah.
So another thing, what I was going to ask you is what's a snapshot of what's happening in your life at the minute? Where are you at with regards to your business?
the best way for me to describe it is I'm just reacting to dribs and drabs of clients. I've got a really good basic set of treatments to offer. I'm working in a salon that's I know wouldn't provide me with lots of the right clientele, but it was a stopgap while this other salon was being dealt with, and there's been a massive delay, a 6-month delay. That's about to open, which is great. And what I've done, because of my, I suppose, lack of confidence, I've held back on going to other salons in the interim, and I've just stuck with the one while I've been holding out for the second one. So I've held myself back there. I'm really aware of that. I probably could have gone to another salon and had more clients in the interim. So at the moment, it's kind of
what's stopping you from doing that now? Now
the salon's opening in a week or two.
Is it?
It's literally, yeah. So I'll out of loyalty, I'll stay where I am for the current salon for 1 or 2 days a week, and then the other salon, because the one I'm in now, she only charges me if I do a treatment. We just work out percentage, and it's quite minimal. So I'm actually benefiting. If I don't have a treatment, I don't pay anything. So I'm not losing anything. The new salon, I think, will be where it really adds value to my business. And then based on that, then I might go and look for a third salon slightly outside of the area. We'll see. But I don't think I've given myself the best client base over the past 6 months. And I'm just kind of dealing with dribs and drabs. But I also felt like I was, what's the word? A fish out of water and an imposter within the business. So I've kind of just kept it very low key.
Why do you feel like an imposter?
Because there are so many people like surrounding me that have been doing it for years and have got so much experience, and I just have this it's not so much now, but I have this imposter syndrome, and I think to myself, oh my god, these people are entrusting me, and I've got this occasionally feeling that if they knew I was a little bit unconfident, although that's massively improved.
It has.
Yeah, it has. And also, I think it's just like being in a salon and understanding salon life, because I've never had that before either. You know, going through from the start, doing a treatment right the way through to taking the cash at the end, dealing with, you know, if I'm by the phone and the phone rings, and taking an appointment for a hair appointment, it's not necessarily the whole salon environment is completely brand new for me as well. And I was just completely like putting a sausage in a swimming pool and expecting it to swim. That's a really weird analogy, but that's how I felt. A sausage in a swimming pool.
That is a really good way of looking at it, actually.
That's where that came from.
So you're saying that your new salon that you're going to, and you're hoping to branch out to others out of the area. How do you think you're going to achieve that? What you're going to do to achieve that? What you're going to start doing now
with
to
the new
put steps in place?
With the new salon, she's been doing it for 20 odd years in a previous location. She's got a 20-year client base, and it's more the kind of clients, because I've got some of them now that are hers, that's more the kind of clients that I know will want the treatments that I offer. So that's one thing. So in one respect, it's almost like they're ready-made, and that doesn't mean to say I'm not going to do any hard work. I will feel like I will learn from the two of them. One's hair, one's beauty. I will learn from the two of them about salon experience, about being more salesy in terms of speaking to customers and upselling the skills at the treatments that I do. Being around people and being confident to have that chat about the products, whereas I've kind of been learning that over the past 6 months. And when I say not the products, the results of the treatments.
Can you see how it's so important to upsell and be confident in your abilities? And you seem a lot better with that now.
Oh, 100%. You know, I think if people are asking me stuff now, I kind of know what's the right treatment to a degree. I mean, you know, 7 months in, I know
you do.
But in comparison to a lot of these people out there, there's a lot of stuff I don't do. But I feel like as well, I'm sticking to a degree is like an anti-aging vein of things. I do things on the outside of anti-aging, but I feel like that's where a bit of a niche. And then they're giving me direction around, I've just organised some loyalty cards, and what else is there? I'm just going through all my POS, my information, to give me scientific information that's a little bit kind of, when I speak to a client, it goes over their head, but I sound very knowledgeable and, you know, professional. Do you know what I mean? But
is that something that you would like as a client? You would like to have all the scientific knowledge and whatever thrown at you, or?
Not too much, because too much of it, I think, is just a bit like, I have no understanding what she's saying to me. But when I'm asked a certain question about something and I'm using some of the terminology that's relative to that product, like, I don't know, hyaluronic acid, and what is that, and the fact it's a natural substance within our skin, and I'm giving something that most people probably wouldn't know, but I've just got that bit of extra knowledge to support the fact of why I'm recommending this product. So it's more that, rather than lots of big, massive, fancy words that they don't understand.
How does it make you feel, though, to get the sale after? Does it make you feel more confident? And
yeah, confident, knowledgeable, that they believe in me, and that they're trusting me to do the treatment because I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. So I know one of your massive limiting beliefs is around advanced treatments in filler. So I just want to touch on that, if that's okay.
So I'll see you later. No,
so what I want you to do is a little like a little scenario for me. I want you to close your eyes and think about why you don't want to do advanced filler. Just have a little think about it for a minute.
Okay, I know why.
Right, tell me why.
It feels like the treatments that have the most complications, or that you see the most complications from, and that scares me, even though I've had complications training. And I thought I think I know what to do, but because I've not dealt with it, I don't know how I would react in that situation. So it's all, I think it's all the visible stuff I see on my social media, when I'm flicking through Facebook, all the things that you see there's a problem with, it's all dermal fillers. I never see issues around Botox. If anything, it's more around how can I improve this, and all the other treatments I do, I don't see any issues with them.
So what about, so if you're thinking about doing a client and an advanced procedure on them, how do you think they would feel? What would they be thinking? Like, oh God, I hope she knows what she's doing. I hope she's, what other things will they be thinking about you? Will they just be thinking, what's the outcome going to be? Or I just, if I was hesitant, or I was kind of being cautious, or I was hovering around them, or I went red or something, I would instantly feel that they would think, what's she doing? She doesn't know what she's doing. And I wouldn't want them to feel in that position. And then I'd be worried about what they would say and go off and tell other people. But that's what you're thinking. That's what you're thinking. Is it going to be what they're thinking? Maybe not. They've trusted to come to you in the first place.
Yeah. But I don't know whether it's because I'm in the business, but if there was somebody hovering or acted cautiously or nervously around me doing a treatment on me, and I think I would be sitting there thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? And I'll be questioning whether I should continue with having the treatment with this person, but I probably wouldn't have the guts to say no, stop.
If you turn it on its head and think that person is concerned about me, is concerned, they're not just going in and doing it willy-nilly, they're thinking about it, they're knowing how important it is, things like that, would that change your mind?
Yes, all of that would be fine booking in. I'm kind of thinking about during the procedure, if I started to unravel and I felt, and this person was lying there and had some treatment half started, that's kind of like, oh my God, how would I get myself out of that situation? I think I feel like I'd just pass out on the floor.
You wouldn't, no. What do you think you'd do? How do you think you could overcome that thought?
don't know. I think I'd probably just have to step back and take a breath and think what I've done so far and what are the next steps bit by bit, but reassure my client while I'm trying to reassure myself.
Yeah.
I think I have to while I'm sweating and going bright red.
And can you just
And I'm
think
not
back?
saying I won't do dermal fillers. I think I'm in a position now that I'm more comfortable with a needle in general.
Yeah.
I think when I do the lips and when I master the lips, I think that will change things for other dermal fillers. I feel like the lips is the worst one. If I can get myself over that, and I've tried a couple of times, I've not just given up on day one, then I'll be able to push myself to the next thing, which would, my initial thought was advanced Botox, but I feel like I need to do advanced fillers rather than Botox because that's what clients are interested in.
And you're going to overcome that by doing the course, but what's going to be different this time that you're going to actually go back to your clinic and start doing it? What have you put in place?
So the differences this time is, as of next week, I'll be advertising the fact that I don't do any adverts for lips at all. So I'll be doing loads of stuff about lips and taking on appointments with a view that the day after I'll be in the new clinic and I'm going to do like a really good discount. I don't know, say do them for about £80 or something because it's new salon. So it's kind of doesn't have to necessarily be in line with I'm new to doing this treatment, but an opening offer for the salon for a week. So that Friday, the following week, to get me lots of people, to give me the experience rather than trying to make money from it to start off with. So that's different. And I feel like I'll have the backing and the motivation and the confidence from the two women in the salon, because I know that they're like you. They'll be like, you can do it, you can do it. It's fine. You're going to be fine. And all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to feel
supported
in a better position. And I've built my confidence around my needle skills, which is probably really mostly come from doing my skin boosters.
And just think back though to when you first started and just doing the foundation Botox, and you were so nervous. Just try and remember that and how you are now.
Oh, I know. I'm completely different. And honestly, if you saw me, I mean, it's not the new salon, but the current salon that I'm in, I've got my own little room. All the staff keep coming and chatting to me. I'll pop round and chat to customers, and I love the environment. I just love it in there, like having a cup of coffee in the back and chatting, and then some of the girls will say, "Oh, can you do this for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come round, I'll do it." And I'm just, but because I am the most experienced within that salon. And they look to me like I can do everything. Do you know what I mean?
You can do everything.
I feel really good about it, and I'm always really well presented in there. So all the people come in, they're all kind of like, "Oh my God, you've got this new beauty person in," because they used to have somebody in before, although they didn't do aesthetics, it was just like massage and stuff. So I feel kind of I've found my place. I'm enjoying the environment side of things. I've built up a really good relationship with the staff that are in there, and I've already got a relationship with the staff of the new salon. So I feel like I'll transition better into the new one than I had to do with this one. If that makes sense.
Your whole demeanour is different. The whole way, like you hold, I know it sounds a bit cringy, but the whole way you hold yourself, the whole way you're talking to me is just totally different than when I first met you. It's just so nice to see. It's when you were nice before, but it's just.
I know.
Yeah,
and I've got to say, that's credit to you, Liz. It really is, because I remember I was having a complete and utter meltdown about everything. I only wanted to do the Botox, and I don't know how. Somewhere along some forum, your name came up, and I just phoned you. And I was out walking the dog, and I was almost crying on the phone. And you were like, "First of all, you're not going to make your money from Botox. You need to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to help you. And why don't you come and shadow me?" And it's all gone from there, because I was on the verge. I'd given up my job. And it was just like I was at this crossroads, and I was really, really, really stressed about it. But I remember thinking then, I wish I could just fast forward 6 months and feel really in a different place. And I'm in that place now. Yes, I've got a way to go. I'm in that place, and I can look back and think, oh my God, look how much more I've done. And you know what's really, really strange? The one treatment that I dread doing more than anything, and I hardly ever do it, is spray tan. So it's got no needle involved. It's me literally spraying somebody up and down with a bit of air. And that's the one. If somebody books in with me, I'm like, oh God.
I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
I'd be scared they'd be looking like a different race.
I know. It's this little salon. There's only me, and I do a plethora of everything in there, from nails to spray tan to eyelashes to eyebrows to injectables, which is good, and that's why I feel really good. But the new salon will all be about aesthetics. That's all it will be about. So then I'll feel in a different level then as well. So I am aware. I can see the difference.
Yeah, I can.
But I still got a journey to go.
But just think of how long. So it's been like 7 months, you say. So just see how far you've come in 7 months.
Mm.
So what advice, if you look back now, what advice would you give yourself for the next 6 months that you've learned over the last 7 months?
If I was to give myself advice about the last 6 months, I would have said I needed a different salon other than the one I'm in. But now is really understanding how to build the client base, because I can't build my confidence in my treatments and my skills if I've not got the clients there in the first place. So it's all about getting the clients and just being a bit more not pushy, that's the wrong word, but looking for every opportunity, every single opportunity. I'm not very good at articulating it, but an example today, I was sat at the desk where the till is, looking at what treatments I've got booked in next week and noting them in my diary. And there was a woman next to me having her hair done, and I said hello, and I was like, well, so what treatments do you normally have? And she's like, oh, I don't have them here. And I was like, you don't have them here? Why not? What do you have? And I just got into a conversation. Anyway, she said, oh, next time she has things like eyebrows and eyelashes, so not necessarily injectables, but it's a starting point. And I have had quite a few customers of mine, clients of mine, that have had injectable treatments, skin boosters, Botox, that started out having their eyebrows tinted by me. That's it, simple as that. And now they're having more treatments. So it's just going back to what you said earlier, is the upselling side of it.
Putting yourself out there. And it's not, if you don't think about it as selling as well, you think about it as just informing the people.
Yeah.
So she might not have known you did all that there. And you know, she might want to go to one place for all of her treatments, but she just wasn't aware. So you're doing her a favor. You have to sort of switch it over and think of it that way. You know,
I am starting to be less worried about just getting into a conversation and feel like they think I'm being pushy. I'm not a pushy person, and I'm not a salesperson, but if you can open some dialogue with someone and just get chatting, that's when, you know, conversation comes out, and I'm more comfortable in that way, in that situation.
Good.
So yeah.
Good. So what else I was going to ask you? Hang on a second. So what actions are you going to take in the next month, 2 months, to get where you want to be in 6 months' time?
Okay, so I'm going to do fillers, starting with lips, and then I'll go on to dermal fillers in general, you know, so it would have to be advanced. So I can do pretty much all the treatment. I say all the treatments, the majority of the main treatments. Continue advertising and trying to keep improving my social media presence. And
how are you going to do that?
By reviewing what from the people I've got come through, any new people, understanding what it is they've seen, when did they see it, and why they reacted to that one. So it's understanding my social media posts. Follow up with my clients. I use faces, so I can see when people, and I don't do that at the minute, I can see when somebody's due, contacting them and following up with them to actually say,
like it.
You know, whether that's some kind of little automated text message rather than me. I don't think I'd have the confidence to just phone them, but some automated kind of set to get a response from them. Using other methods such as birthdays to engage with them. I've got my loyalty cards to bring people back and retain them that way. To do open days or events at least once a month, or meet and greets to engage with new people. Those kind of things I'll do over the next few months to try to build my client base wider, and to get more people, and also refer a friend. I've got an itchy nose. Does that mean I'm coming into some money, or is that
I
like
hope
an itchy hand?
Share it with me if you are.
Yes, to refer a friend. I've even to the point when I've said it once to a client, when I've said, oh, if you know anybody that wants to come next time, I can give you 10% off. As I've walked away, I've just thought, oh God, I'm cringing at myself for saying it, because I sound like a real salesperson. But little things, the more I say it, the easier it will be to say. So I think it's just engagement, follow up, and looking for opportunities to kind of connect with somebody, whether it's an existing client or a new client.
Yeah, and I know I spoke to you the other day and said about your social media, and I don't know if it's because of what I said, but I have noticed that you have upped your game in the last few days on social media. Is that purposefully or just coincidence?
Yes, I have. I've started doing stuff.
I've got my eye on you.
A little bit different. Like I haven't done one tonight, and that's because I don't know what to do, and I thought rather than regurgitate something, I haven't done one. I'll think of something later. But then, yeah, I've really thought about being a bit more kind of varied with my content.
Yeah, I've noticed it's been really good.
Have you? Okay.
Got my eye on
and
you.
then I was yesterday about my I'm going on holiday, trying to get a load of people in if I could. You know what it's like when someone goes, oh, she's going away, I need to get in quickly. I thought that might happen. It hasn't, but I just put it out there.
Keep at it.
Yeah. So yeah,
we're coming to near the end now, but I just want to ask you, so in 6 months, if you've done all these things that you're planning on doing, how do you think you're going to feel? How is this going to affect your life?
Okay, so I'm going to feel confident and absolutely, a professional within the industry that I'm in. I'm going to feel established, and I'm going to be making money without working harder, but working smarter.
Yes, I love that.
I learned that from somebody. So to just make sure that, I remember the parameters that I have on this business. I don't want to be working every Saturday. I want to stick to the things that I've decided to get into this for. I want the home and work-life balance, and I'm not going to just be working around the clock just to make the money. I need to make the money work within the timeframes that I've decided, and around like the parameters, and just remember why I've decided to do this. And then once I've established myself in 6 months, I'll be driving to Kettering for further training, but I'll be driving a Porsche Macan in red. That's my dream car at the moment. So yeah.
So that's one of your whys, why you want to do it. Obviously for your family as well. I know that. But yeah,
everything
really...
for my family and to have a better work-life balance. But from a materialistic point of view and something selfish for me, I want that Porsche Macan. I want to be driving around in it, and I don't want to be panicking where my next money's coming in, because it's all planned out and it's consistent.
Go girl, you get it. Can I have one? So should we have matching ones?
You can have the sport version.
I just think your attitude is just amazing. You're just gonna keep growing and growing. It's lush to watch. Like in the last 7 months, I've watched you, and it's just so nice. And I just think you should really keep at it and just believe in yourself. Because look what you've done.
I know. I've done so much, and everything I've done has been pretty good. I'm sure there are improvements somewhere, but I'm always open to learning. I don't think I'll ever be a complacent person. I'm always questioning stuff, and
that's good,
because I want to keep improving, and I want to be, top of my game all the time, so that I'm seen as being good at what I do. It's not all about the money, but I want people to go, yeah, she's really good. I don't want to do an academy. I don't want to train other people. I just want to be, it's like my last job. I always wanted to be an area manager, and I did it for nearly 20 years. I never wanted to be a head of retail. I was asked quite a few times. I never wanted to be a controller. I know where I want to be, and this aesthetics practitioner is where I want to be. So I just want to do it really, really exceptionally well with being able to offer loads of treatments.
Stick in your lane and stick to doing your passion, and yeah, you can do anything. If you can see it, you can be it, apparently. So so yeah, no, keep at it, and you're doing really good, and thank you so much for chatting to me today.
No, thank you. No, it's really good. And this meeting that we had last week, I came away from it feeling really inspired, because as I'm talking, I was like, oh my God, you know, there's people on here that haven't even started the course yet, and look where I am. And
exactly, look where you are.
I know, you know, so I don't feel like you know, a fish in the ocean anymore. I feel like, and I don't feel like a sausage in a swimming pool anymore.
That's really good. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm just going to stop recording now.
Okay, cool.